Hello everyone, hope everyone is doing well. In this video we're going to talk about sunk cost and how is that related to shutdown or temporary or whether we temporarily close a firm. So what is sunk cost? Sunk cost simply put is a cost that we have incurred which cannot be recovered. So for example, let's say I bought a movie ticket and now I am let's say for movie theater A, but I mistakenly went to movie theater B. So in that case, I already bought the movie ticket to watch the movie in movie theater A, but I ended up in B, which is far away from A. So then that ticket price is now sunk cost because I cannot use it and I cannot recover it. So I will just have to basically watch the movie in movie theater B by buying another ticket. Another example is let's say I bought a car for $5,000, but that car now has mechanical damage and I need to spend $3,000 to fix it. And a friend of mine offered me his old car for $3,000. In this case, I shouldn't think about this price. So my only decision should be between these two costs. So my only cost of concern is, should I spend $3,000 to fix my old car or buy my friend's car for $3,000? This is the only relevant cost that we should think about. The $5,000 that we have, this one is unrecoverable. And this is one example of a sunk cost. So we cannot recover this cost. This cost is gone. So we should not be like, since I already spent $5,000 on this car, might as well spend $3,000 to fix it. That is not the right way to think about it. This cost is gone. So we should only consider this $3,000 or this $3,000. Now, how does that relate to my production or operation of my firm? There are some costs that we have in our production that we may consider to be fixed costs or sunk costs. So some fixed costs can be considered to be sunk costs. So rent is a fixed cost and also is a sunk cost. This is because we basically go into a contract for the year to rent a space. So we promise that we will pay. So let's say we promised to pay $4,000 per month for the next 12 months. So no matter what I produce, I may produce basically zero output or 5,000 units of output per month, but I still have to pay $4,000 per month as rent. So in this case, this is where some cost comes into play. It's like, what will happen, let's say, if I have a store and there is off season. That is, maybe there are let's say it's a college town, so summer is the off season. There aren't that many people on campus, so I'm not making a lot of sale. So during that time, if I look at my cost, my total cost equals to, as I said, fixed cost plus variable cost. So this fixed cost, I still have to pay. I still pay. But variable cost, this equal to zero if quantity equal to zero. So if my quantity is equal to zero, then I should not pay. And then my variable cost is zero. Basically, I'm not hiring anyone. So during off season, if my sales are very low, one of my concerns is probably, should I continue production or should I close for a short period of time? So we have two wording here. Shutdown is a temporary closure of business during lean season. So during, let's say, example, summer during a college campus, or if you think about the movie Shining, winters in that hotel in Shining. So those are example of shutdowns. We are temporarily closing the business because there isn't enough customers. An exit is if I permanently leave the business. So shutdown and exit, the difference is shutdown is temporary. I will reopen in a few months. or in a few days. Exit is I permanently leave that business. I'm not reopening in the business again. So if I look at my total cost and fixed cost and variable cost, usually I can see that if price is greater than average total cost, I make money. I make profit. Now, if price is less than average total cost, I am losing money. So that's when I might think, should I continue producing the product, or should I keep on, or should I just shut down for temporarily or exit the business permanently? So we know that ATC equals to average fixed cost plus average variable cost. If you are unsure about all these acronyms, please go and watch my video on costs that I have, and I will put the link below. So basically, if price is less than ATC, I can also write price is less than AFC plus AVC. Okay, so then we have an issue to worry about. So let me draw this curve. So if I have my curve for costs here, so this is my dollar, this is quantity. Now, this is going to be, let's say, average variable cost. This is my average total cost, and I also need this, which is my marginal cost. And we said in another lecture that marginal cost is actually the supply curve of the firm. So now let's say the price is somewhere down here. Let's say the price is at $3, which is actually, at that point, it is less than the average variable cost. So in that case, price is less than average variable cost. So let's write it here. If price is less than average variable cost, we cannot, or let's say, then when we make a sale, we cannot cover all of our variable cost. So basically, if the price was, let's say, $3, so I'll write it here. If the price is $3, but to produce that product, my average variable cost is $2. Or actually, no, since price is less than average variable cost, so let's say $4. Then, if I'm making a sale, I have to hire all the workers and buy all the raw materials for that, and they cost $4. Price is $3. So I still have a deficit of $1 of average variable cost. Along with that, I also have to worry about my average fixed cost, which is completely uncovered yet. So basically then, if my price is $3 and average variable cost is $4, I have to cover, if I continue production, I have to cover this net loss of $1 when I sell, plus all this average fixed cost that I still have to cover. So if price is less than average fixed cost, we should shut down for temporarily and wait for price to go up to reopen. But what if price is greater than average variable cost, but it is still basically less than average total cost? So it's between that. So let's say my price is, instead of being at $3, let's say it is somewhere here at $5. So if I'm producing at this point, this is the price. So my average variable cost is $5, or my average variable cost, let's say it is $4 still. Price is $5. So now, if I were to cover some of my costs, so this price of $5 covers all of my average variable costs, plus I have $1 to spare, with which I could cover some of my average fixed cost. Now, if I considered basically quantity equals to 0, then I needed to spend all my money, pocket money, to cover my fixed cost. If I continue production when this is true, then I'm covering part of all of my average fixed cost, but I also have $1 extra with which I could cover some of my average fixed costs. I still can't cover all of my average fixed costs, but I can cover some of it. So if I think about it, then, I can, in this case, I can cover part of my fixed cost, which I have to pay fully if I shut down my business temporarily. So in this case, then I should operate, so continue my business if price is greater than average variable cost. So I'll continue to keep on producing if my price keeps on being higher than average variable cost. So then what should be my supply curve then? So if I look at my supply curve here, my supply curve for that firm should be, I'll just use this, so it goes, so if it's below my average variable cost, then it should be this line. Then I'll go this way, and whenever the price is above my average variable cost, all this should be my number, or all this should be my supply curve. So I know the number, average variable cost and the supply curve kind of have the same color. So instead of that, let us use another color for that. Let's use this. Maybe this highlighting would help. So it will go this way, then straight up here, and then all the way up on the marginal cost curve. In other words, so it will go this, go straight to average variable cost like that, because below that we produce 0, and then all that line. So the blue line then becomes the firms. Now, if we have this happening once in a while, if price is less than average total cost once in a while, then this strategy can work. However, if I continue to keep on losing money year after year, so if price is less than ATC for the long run, let's say for extended periods of time, then, I mean, there's only so much that I could pay out of pocket to cover my losses. So then I should exit my business. Now, some students ask me, what is long run? So for some business, it may be 2 years. For some business, it may be 10 years. For some business, it could be 50 years. It depends upon different businesses. But basically, if I continuously earn losses year in, year after year after year, at one point, I have to stop and exit the business. Hopefully this was helpful about understanding what sunk cost is and how we can use sunk cost to understand what is the firm's supply curve. I'll see you at a later video. Have a good day.